Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Britt and this is Coffee and Makeup. Today I just got home from work. I'm feeling a little sweaty, a little gross and tired, but I wanted to take you guys along with me because I am patch testing LUSH's henna today. Specifically, I got the Caca Brun henna, which is actually a combination of henna and indigo dye, because if you're familiar with henna, as a dye, you'll know that it is only a red dye. There is no brown henna or black henna. So this is a combination of henna and indigo, which is kind of like a blackish bluish dye that are mixed together to make ideally a lovely brown color. I have tried to patch test this before and it just didn't work at all. I feel like I know maybe why, and I have some ideas as to why it didn't work, so hopefully I'll correct that this time. But I patch tested a strand somewhere in here and there's just, no difference in color. I could not even tell. If I didn't have the strand like already sectioned off, I wouldn't be able to tell. But today, hopefully, we'll be doing it right. So anyway, welcome. Let's get started, shall we? Okay, so the first thing we need to do is chop up our henna. In all the tutorials, you'll see people just chop this stuff up with like a knife and they leave it in pretty large chunks. I am going to use an old coffee grinder to grind it into a more fine paste because I found in the first go around, A, it didn't apply that well or work that well, and B, and I think that might be something to do with the surface area of the henna bits, and B, it just felt really grainy and sandy in my hair, and I hate like manual exfoliants and like grainy stuff, so I'm just going to make sure that that's nice and mixed up. So first I chop, then I will further grind it up. So here is my henna post coffee grinder. As you can see, it's a very fine powder, which is exactly what I want. It's gonna really lessen the work I have to do mixing it up. So my next step is to get some hot boiling water and add a bit to the henna mixture, but use most of it in a larger bowl and form sort of a double boiler to activate and warm up our henna. Okay, so now I have all of the rest of my hair up in a top knot, and I just have my test strand, so I'm going to brush through it one more time just to make sure there are no tangles. And then I'm going to get my hair gloves. You can get them at Sally's. I have vinyl hair gloves, and I'm going to put those on, and I'm going to start applying the henna with my hands. It's also good to have paper towels, a lot of paper towels at the ready, and also cling wrap as well. So once I'm done applying the henna, I'm just gonna wrap it in cling wrap so it's not like all over the place. So it seems like grinding up the henna worked to some extent, but it's still really gritty and sandy, which I don't like, and like little pieces of it fall off. So that kind of stinks. And also this stuff literally stinks. It smells kind of like really strong, funky green tea. But anyway, I'm just going to continue a little bit closer to the sink, applying this and completely saturating this one strand, and then I will come back when it's all wrapped up. So now that my henna is in my test strand, I somehow have deodorant all over my shirt. I'm gonna leave it sit for probably 3 to 4 hours. I have some other things to do, and I will come back after I have showered it out and let you guys see the results. Good morning, guys. So I just woke up. I'm about to go to the beach today, so I'm really excited. But first I want to check in with you guys and with my henna hair. So I'm just going to take my sleeping braid down, and I have all of my henna strand braided in its own tiny separate braid that took me forever to braid. Okay, so on my hair, it's all still wet, so combined with that and the fact that apparently henna has to develop over a number of days, I'm not sure if we'll see a big difference, but thought I would check in with you guys. Actually, last night I had a nightmare. I think I was watching too many henna videos, and it seems like a lot of the people who henna their hair have really short hair and they do like a reddish color, and I just had a dream that I cut all of my hair to like shoulder length and I colored it orange, and I was so sad thinking like I'm gonna be 30 by the time I have my hair the same length again. It was very sad, but it was just a scary dream. So here is my henna strand. I'm just gonna pick like another random bit of hair to show you guys. So looking at it, I think it darkened the test strand a little bit. Maybe there's some redness. I'm gonna zoom you guys in, but just keep in mind that it's still wet and it's only been one day, so. So I'm about to braid this little guy up again and keep it separate from the rest of my hair, and I will check back in with you guys on any progress or difference in color or texture in the next few days. To be honest, I am kind of miffed with this product and Lush products in general. I feel like confused about it. I didn't really like the experience. I don't know why they have coffee grounds in the henna. It's just annoying. And there's really no use for a manual exfoliant for your hair strands. There is some, like, if you need to exfoliate your scalp, some people use manual exfoliants for that, but just the only thing it could do is damage your strands to have like a bunch of grainy stuff in your hair. So I don't know, I'm not that pleased with it. And the only reason I was really trying henna, which I guess I should have said at the beginning of the video, is because I heard that it's really good for keeping your hair strong and shiny. And so I know it's like impossible, but I would love to have that effect without having like a red tone. So my patch testing in this case is to kind of hopefully confirm that there's not going to be any change in color. But this process was so annoying, and like the henna was so difficult to use and messy, and just had like the coffee grounds and all kinds of other stuff in it that I didn't necessarily like. So I don't know that I'll even be able to use this brick. Another thought I had was, if I decide not to do this to my whole head, I thought maybe I could melt that brick down and combine it with other liquidy oils and then somehow filter out all that grit and coffee and stuff, and then add little bits of that to homemade moisturizers and homemade leave-ins that I make myself. But I don't know, not that happy with it so far, even though I am pretty pleased that there's not too much color change. I'm just didn't really enjoy the product or the experience. But anyway, I'll be back later to show you guys the final result and give you my final thoughts. So it's Sunday afternoon here now. I just got back from hiking with one of my friends, and I'm going to show you the final results of the Lush Henna. I hennaed my hair on Friday afternoon, so I feel like it's been enough time that we'll see most, if not all, of the results right now. So first I'm going to take out my hair and brush it out, and then I will compare the henna strand with the rest of my hair. Okay guys, so here is my henna hair strand. I've been keeping it separate from the rest of my hair all weekend, and then here is a strand that I pulled from just the same area of the back of my head. And let me just put them together for you. Together but separate. So I think you can kind of see a little bit of the red with the henna strand, maybe. And I think that the indigo definitely darkened the hair. Not in a very noticeable way, but I think it's definitely darker. So at this point, I've kind of decided that I don't want to do this to my whole head. So I'm actually going to take you guys also through the process of me attempting to break down this block of henna and get it into a form that I can use in my homemade leave-ins. So we're gonna do that right now.